Good morning, Year 4, and welcome back to your first maths lesson after half term. I hope you had a fantastic half term. You really managed to relax and spend some quality time with your families. But I hope you haven't forgotten some of the maths work that we were doing just before half term. So this is your maths lesson for Monday the 22nd of February, and this is lesson 5. So before half term, we were looking at column subtraction, and we were looking at exchanging from the tens column, then the hundreds and the thousands. And today we're going to be using that column subtraction with 4-digit numbers, but exchanging is required in multiple columns. So we'll see how good your memory is, really test those skills. I know you'll be brilliant because you were before half term. And let's get started. Okay, what number have I made here this morning then? Hopefully you can see that we have 4 in the thousands, 3 in the hundreds, 4 in the tens, and 6 in the ones. So we've made 4,346. Can you give me a fact about this one? Can you give me another and another? Okay, once we've done that, we've got 4,346 over here then. And today we're going to have a go at subtracting 2,527. So I've again just shown these down here, 2 in the thousands, 5 in the hundreds, 2 in the tens, and 7 in the ones. What do you think is going to happen when we do this with our counters? Let's find out then. So I've got 6 ones, but I need to take away 7 and I cannot do that. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is take one of our tens and I'm going to need to exchange it. So I'm going to pop it into the ones column. And when we were doing this with our written format, you would then see the little 16. But I'm actually going to be swapping this because we're using counters. And I'm going to have to move these up a little bit, still making sure I've got the 6 here. But I needed to swap that for 10 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just squeezing them in there. And then I can get started. So I need to subtract 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've now only got 3 tens when I started off with 4, but I'm only subtracting 2, so I can do that. Then in my hundreds column, I've got 3, but I need to subtract 5. So again here, I'm going to need to exchange from my thousands column. My thousands goes under into my hundreds column, sorry. And I would normally show that as 13 in the formal method, but instead I'm going to get rid of that 1,000 and I want 10 hundreds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now I can get rid of the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I've got 3 thousands and I need to take away 2 of them. So I can do that. Okay, so we needed to exchange twice in that calculation. It was in multiple columns. So let's see how many I've got left. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 ones left. 1 10 left, because the other ones are crossed out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hundreds left. And 1,000 left. So our answer is 1,819. Hopefully you could see how we did that exchanging. Let's have a go at another one then. This time, what number have I made, please? 4 in the thousands, I can see, 1 in the hundreds, 2 in the tens, and 4 in the ones. So hopefully you saw that as well, which would be 4,124. Can you give me a fact about this number, please? And another, and another. Okay, so from our number 4,124, This time I'm going to be subtracting 2,741. So let's see where we're going to need to exchange this time. Okay, starting off in my ones column, I've got 4 ones and I need to take away 1 1, so I can do that. Next column's in my tens, I've got 2 tens, but I need to take away 4. Now I can't do that at the moment. So I'm going to need to exchange. So I'm going to take my hundreds counter, move it across, and now I'm going to exchange it. So it would show 12 in the formal method, but I need to get rid of that 100 and swap it for 10 tens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now I can do my subtraction. So I've now got 10 plus the 2 I had, and I've got to take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, hundreds. I've now got no hundreds at all, but I need to take away 7. So I'm going to need to exchange here, take one of my thousands across, and again, it would show 10 now because we had our 0 that we crossed out from when we moved our hundreds over and when we exchanged those. So it would show 10, but I've got to get rid of this 1,000 coin and swap it for 10 100s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now I can do my subtraction. So I've got my 10 hundreds and I need to take away 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And finally, now I've got 3 thousands left and I need to take away 2 of them. 1 and 2. Okay, let's see what answer we have left then. So we've got 3 ones left. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tens left. 1, 2, 3 hundreds left. And 1,000 left. So we've got 1,383. Okay, let's see what this does look like in our formal method then. So will it help us with this problem? So we've got 9,283, subtract 5,467. So just checking all of my numbers are in the correct column, making sure that I've got my subtraction sign and 1 number per box because that will help me today. And then we've got Colin and Coco here giving us some information. So it says, Colin is saying, I need to exchange something because of something. So we'll see which column we need to exchange in a minute. And then Coco at the bottom, if the digit in the minuend is less than the digit in the subtrahend, I need to exchange 1 something for 10 something. So again, we've spoken about those minuends and subtrahends here, which one here. So let's start and see how well we can do with this question. Starting in my ones column then, as always, 3 take away 7. Got 3 fingers, take away 7, I can't do it. So I'm going to need to exchange. So I'm going to be exchanging from my tens column. So I'm going to cross out my 8 and leave a 7 and pop my 1 there to show I've now got 13, take away 7. So I'm going to start with 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 6 is left. I've then got my 7, take away my 6, which is 1. 2 take away 4, I can't do that, so I'm going to need to exchange again. So 9 crossing out to leave an 8. Popping my 1 in to make 12, and then 12 take away 4 is 8. And then 8 take away 5, or 5, 6, 7, 8 leaves me with 3. So our answer for this question is 3,816. And the vocabulary I need to use here, I need to exchange, and you could talk about the 8 to the 7, or the 8 to make 13 ones, or the 9 and then the 8 to make 12 hundreds. Because, and then you can use this vocabulary, because the minuend was less than the digit in the subtrahend. And there again, I needed to exchange 9 thousands for 12 hundreds, so 10 extra ones, or again the 7 to the 3, whichever one you wanted to do. Okay, let's do another one. This time, 7,245, subtract 3,861. Okay, so again, starting in my ones column, make sure everything's lined up first. 5 take away 1 is 4. I can do that. 4 take away 6, I can't do. So I'm going to need to exchange, crossing out the 2 to leave a 1, and popping my 1 next to my 10. So I've now got 14 tens. And now I can do 14 take away 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is going to leave me with 8. 1 take away 8. Now I can't do that either. So I'm going to need to be crossing out my thousands to leave a 6. And this time, just note that I'm going to be putting the 1 next to the other 1 that I'd already got there. So I've now got 11 take away 8. So that leaves me with 3. And then 6 take away 3 is also 3. So I've got 3,384. Excellent. Okay, again, you can use the same vocabulary there. I needed to exchange. Again, I needed to exchange twice, once in the hundreds, once in the thousands, because the minuend was less than the subtrahend. Okay, last one, or last example here then. Would you like to have a go yourself? If you do, press the pause button now and you can have a go. If not, we'll go through the answers together. Okay, 8,214, take away 4,523. So again, we start in my ones column, making sure I've lined up everything correctly. 4 take away 3 is 1. Brilliant. 1 take away 2. Can't do that, so I'm going to need to exchange. So I cross out my 2, I leave a 1, and I pop my 1 in my 10. So I now have 11 tens. And 11 take away 2 is 9. Okay, I've then got 1 take away 5, and I can't do that either. So I'm going to cross out my 8 in my thousands, leave 7, and pop my 1 again next to that other 1 up there. So I've now got 11 take away 5, which is 6, and 7 take away 4, which is 3. So my answer here was 3,691. Well done if you did that by yourself, and you got the same answer as well. Okay, your turn today then. You're going to have a go at these 4 calculations. Remember to use those phrases if they help you, but also just remember to make sure that you line up your boxes and your numbers correctly, because when we're crossing out and exchanging, it can get quite tricky if our numbers aren't quite in the right place. Then when you come back, we'll go through and mark the answers together. So pause here and good luck. Okay then, right, let's get started. So I'm going to get rid of my Colin Coco for a moment so I can use the space. And I have 7,465. And I'm subtracting 5,838. So making sure I've got 1 number in each box. And then making sure I've got my ruler line for my subtraction and my subtraction sign as well. Okay, so we start with our ones column. 5 take away 8. I can't do that. So I'm going to need to cross out my 6 and pop a 5. I'm going to have to do it slightly above for the way I wrote it, and pop my 1 next to my ones. So I've now got 15 ones. So 15 take away 8, or 8 counting up to 15. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, leaves me with 7. Then 5 take away 3, I can do, which is 2. 4 take away 8, I can't do. So I'm going to cross out my thousands, my 7, leave a 6, and pop my 1 next to my tens there. So make sure it squeezes over if it can. So I've got 14 hundreds, take away 8. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, leaves me with 6, and 6 take away 5 is 1. So if you got the answer 1,627, please give yourself a tick. Brilliant. Okay, next one then. 9,428. And we're going to be subtracting 3,865. Okay, again, 1 number per box, making sure we're lining those up as neatly as we can, ruler lines for our equals, and then we start in the ones column. So 8 take away 5, 5, 6, 7, 8 leaves me with 3. No exchanging required there yet. Tens column, 2 take away 6. Now I can't do that, so I'm going to be crossing out my 4 and my exchanging, leaving a 3 there and popping my 1 next to my 2. So I've now got 12 tens. And 12 take away 6 is 6. Then I've got 3 take away 8, which I can't do, so I need to exchange again, crossing out my 9 and leaving an 8, and then my 1 goes next to that 3, so I've now got 13 hundredths. So 13 take away 8, or 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, leaves me with 5, and 8 take away 3, or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is 5 again. So the answer is 5,563. Give yourself a tick. You also got that one right. Well done. Okay, moving it down slightly, just to give me some more room. 9,231. Take away 5,958. And again, one number per box. My ruler lines going in nice and neatly, using those squares to help me. And I start in my ones column. 1 take away 8, can't do. So I'm going to need to exchange. So I cross out my 3, leave a 2 in its place, and pop my 1 there. So I've now got 11 ones. And 11 take away 8, or 8 counting up to 11 leaves me with 3. Okay, 2 take away 5 now. Can't do that either. So I'm going to need to cross out the 2 here, leave a 1 there, and put the 1 next to the 2. So you can see how when there's lots of exchanges, you do have to be careful to make sure you're in the right boxes. So 12 tens now. Take away 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, leaves me with 7. Then I've got 1, take away 9. Can't do that either. So I cross out my thousands, 9, leave an 8, and pop my 1 next to the other 1 there. So I've then got 11, take away 9. Leaves me with 2. And 8 take away 5 is 3. So I've got 3,273 there. And if you'll notice, we had to exchange in every single column there. So a big well done if you got that one right in particular. Okay, last one. Something is equal to 6,173. Take away 4,689. Ruler lines for my equals, and then we start in our ones column. Okay, 3 take away 9, can't do, so I exchange. I cross out my 7 and leave a 6, and then I pop my 1, so it's now 13 ones. So 13 take away 9 is 4. Then 6 take away 8, can't do that either, so I cross my 1 out and I pop a 0 in, and I pop my 1 next to my 6. So I've got 16 tens now. And 16 take away 8 is 8. Then I've got 0 take away 6. Can't do that either. Crossing out my 6 in the thousands to leave a 5. And my 1 goes next to my 0. So I've now got 10 hundredths. And 10 take away 6 is 4. And finally, 5 take away 4 I can do, which is 1. So again, lots of exchanging there. And if you got the answer 1,484, please give yourself a final tick. Whew, lots of exchanging there. Okay, if you are confident with those, a huge, huge well done. If not, you can pause the video and go back and have a look at those explanations again. But let's see what Emmett's problem now then. Okay, Emmett thinks that this is correct, but why is he incorrect? So again, if you want to have a pause, you can have a go at this yourself. If not, we'll go through and we'll see if we agree. Okay, so the number he had originally, he had 7,403. So we've seen that first of all, he tried to do 3 take away 9, which he couldn't do. And he's got a 1 here. Where would that 1 have come from? What would he have had to have done? So if we go to the 0 next door, he wouldn't have been able to borrow there. And we haven't had a look at one of these questions yet, but he'd have had to have borrowed from over here. So he's crossed out the 4 and left a 3, and he's put the 1 there for the 10. But then what he hasn't done is he hasn't crossed out the 10 to leave a 9 to get this 1 here. So now he's got his 13 take away 9. I agree with that bit being 4, but this bit here, because he didn't change it to 9, I think this is the part that he has done wrong. And we can explain that because there were no 10s to be able to be exchanged, he exchanged from the hundreds column, but didn't then do it twice. Okay, your task today then. You've done well getting this far, but this is your turn to now have a go. There are 5 do-it questions for you, just like the ones we've done. Again, there's multiple exchanges, so really good luck with those. Your go deeper is then a Colin problem. Colin has made a mistake. I would look back at Emmett's mistake because they're quite similar today, so see if you can work out what Colin has done wrong. And then you have a go deeper missing digit challenge. Can you solve them in several ways, and then can you solve them using 0 to 9 just once? Good luck with those, and just remember to come back at the end for the learning pit. Off you go. Okay, huge well done for having a go at that today. Can't wait to see your maths work later. If you send it in, if it's your favourite piece, just have a think about where you are on the learning pit today. I know it was very tricky to do multiple exchanges. Hopefully you didn't find it too bad, but it has been a long time since we've done it because it was before half term. So maybe you're not quite as confident as you'd like to be, but you are getting there. So maybe somewhere up the side, maybe you found them all easy and you're at the top. Maybe it was just Colin and Emmett's problem that confused you a bit today. But again, a huge well done, and I will see you back here tomorrow for some more maths. Bye for now.